And by rumination, what I mean is basically analysing, sort of going over the same topic over and over again in our minds, trying to work something out, trying to work out, if something is true or how we feel about something, how can you stop it happening? Essentially, it's like constant mental problem solving. And it kind of ties in, I suppose, with when I say about, mental checking and things like that, that's essentially a little bit of rumination, because then you're maybe checking how you feel about something, and then you're going over that and sort of picking it apart and thinking, how do I feel about this? And, or maybe it's true because of this, or actually the other day I felt this way, so maybe it's not true. And the thing is with the mental rumination is that until we learn about OCD, quite a few of us, myself definitely, didn't even know about rumination. Personally, I didn't even know that other people didn't constantly analyse everything the way that I did. I didn't realise that not everybody goes over everything in their minds, several times, and take something, seriously that they might have thought and have to mull over that particular thought. I didn't know until I started learning about OCD, when mine got really bad, that this was not something that everybody did, and that it was actually, in fact, a compulsion that was actually fueling my anxiety further. So if we look at why we ruminate, it's the same reason why we do any other compulsion. It's in order to try to prevent a feared scenario coming true. So whether we're ruminating to work out, if we are maybe we're trying to ruminate, is my relationship right for me? There's a fear scenario that we're trying to avoid by doing that. Or there might be a couple of different feared scenarios. So, for example, in the case of relationship OCD, somebody might be ruminating over it because they are afraid of staying in the wrong relationship and, leading their partner on and wasting their partner's time, for example, and being forever unhappy. But at the same time, they may also be scared of leaving, the relationship because actually they love their partner and they don't want to lose them. So there's, there could be a couple of fears at play, or it might be if somebody's ruminating over harm obsessions, it may be because if they know that they may be a risk to other people, then maybe they can act to stop themselves being a risk, to prevent that happening or something like that. So it's the same as other compulsions in a sense that, like hiding knives would be because you're preventing that harm. Ruminating to try and work out if you feel like you pose a risk would be maybe then you could take action and hand yourself into the police, for example, if you felt that was the case. And so the ruminating is still, like other compulsions, outward compulsions, a way of trying to get certainty over a situation, trying to prevent a feared scenario or a couple of different feared scenarios coming into kind of reality, and also an avoidance of discomfort, uncomfortable feelings and emotions while we're working, 10 to the dozen in our minds, trying to work something out. We're not necessarily sitting with the feeling of maybe the feeling in the pit of our stomachs that's actually there, or something like that. So, it's a way of, trying to control, a misinformed way of trying to control life or ourselves or something, the same as other compulsions.